I'm gonna explain a concept that will hopefully change the way that you rock climb forever. Yeah, buddy.
Dude, that's hard.
I know it is.
It is like a lot harder than it looks.
Oh yeah. Yeah, dude. Nothing but skill improvement right there. You just improved as a climber. Here we are at Paradigm HQ. We're gonna do a lesson with one of my clients, Austin. I'm gonna put him through a couple of the pre-made warm-ups on the board, and then I'm gonna give him some hard drills, a couple of challenges, some of the harder boulders, and we're gonna workshop some of the movement, teach him about tension, footwork, and dead pointing, and maybe some other skills if we get into it. Come on, King. Yes, woo! Man is psyched.
Pogo.
Big psych. Skadoosh.
Yeah, I'm just gonna pogo like that.
Easy piece, let's go. This is actually the second Austin I've had on the home wall.
I'm much stronger than Austin Hoyt.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
So this is gonna be fun. Come on. Nice, powerful, good toe. That wooden one above the jug. Yes, let's go. Dig everything out of that foot that you can. Yeah, good match. Come on. Get it back. Come on. Yes, Austin, remember the high wood. Yeah. Dig. Come on.
Wait, red?
Beefy finish above your head.
Oh yeah.
Let's go.
My foot pinged off. Woo! I spent a little too long thinking. I couldn't remember the top of those.
Yeah. No, yeah. One thing I always used to tell the kids when they would get on the board, when I am here, where am I looking? What is a cue that will tell me? When I hit red, that means look at yellow foot.
Right.
Yellow foot is down there. And if I can't really see yellow foot, or I know that one time I tried it, and I usually will be like, yellow, I'll find a marker near it. So I'll be, okay, when I hit red hold, I look down at big blue thing, and yellow foot's just to the left. People usually just get on, they do the same thing. They're like, where is it? And you're just losing juice. That's the worst thing to have too. It's a flow interrupter, and you usually don't have your foot on. Yeah, boy, come on. Beautiful. Strong in the leg.
Whoa!
Oh!
Just lost some friction
Greasers, yeah, it's nice and cold in here, buddy. Damn. Oh yeah, you're doing us both the service. I've needed to brush that off for weeks. If you've noticed that you had a dry fire, best thing you can do is change where you are and where your elbows are, right? Like let's say I'm on one of these guys and I come in and I'm back here, my shoulders are back here. So if I'm trying to pull down and pull myself in, I'm gonna be pulling towards my shoulders like this.
Right.
And if I know that I'm up here, there's two facts about my location. I am up and I'm in front of the hold. So instead of I bend my leg more, sink into my leg, now I move my body here, I'm pulling down. So I'm quite literally, when I'm like this, I'm forcing myself onto this angle wall. But if I come under and I'm reaching above myself, I can lower the perceived angle and I can achieve better angle of pull, and I'm going to be able to pull down towards myself, and I won't have that
makes sense.
Higher probability of dry firing.
Yeah. It also then makes sense why most like dry fires happen when you're like locked off.
Yeah. And trying to pull for the next hold.
Yeah.
Nice, dude. Lock that toe down, crank with that ankle, and keep it cranked. Crank.
Whoa, goddamn. Woo!
Goddamn. Nice, dude. What should you do now? What is happening?
I think my toe is popping off when I'm grabbing it.
In which direction?
Probably just straight out. It feels like it's going straight out at least. I don't know if you saw something else.
We can tell by the streaks.
It's coming like this.
Yeah.
Like kind of up. Because as I'm going up, the kind of the scorpion thing.
There it was. You're trying to get your crank in like this.
Yeah.
Okay, so if I have an object, this is actually a beautiful example. If I try to pull this towards myself like this, and pull hard, my foot's gonna come off.
Right.
But if I first push down and then pull, I need to focus more. All it is where your leg's action is favoring.
Oh, okay.
Is it favoring pull in more? Because my hands are not as in cut, so I need to really crank in? Or am I focused on driving downwards to get support first and then I choose the direction. I can directionally pull right. I can even push myself left because I'm to the left.
Yeah.
I can pull in, but I first need to create more force down. And because this hold isn't flat, it's actually somewhat in-cut in the back. If I want to send more force into the back, I need to take my ankle and pitch it.
Raise it high.
So I can take that foot and go and feel the tip of my toe pushing into the back of the hold, not just down. I'm pushing into the back and then I'm pushing down. Now I pull forward. Just like my fingers when I apply force. My finger would go into the back, pull down, cranking, and then I pull in on it. And then the last thing is your other flagging leg. If it comes up and out, weight comes up and moves away from that hold. If I wanted to really keep that thing on, like if I was on that thing, I really wanted to suction to it and I wasn't going anywhere, I'd bicycle.
Should I just try to move?
That was why I asked, what do you think you should do here?
Yeah.
Just do the last move. All right, just pitch that ankle and push down harder and focus on that leg pushing down.
Oh.
And that's all you have to do.
Funny how that works, right?
That was sick, man. Go. The way that you can preserve your freshness is by having that breath and having that flow and having the efficiency dialed in on every move. Usually for people, breathing is the first thing to go out the window if you're not well practiced in it and you don't prioritize it. Don't let that breath escape. Get back. Lock down. Good. Focus on the play. That's a priority. Come on, keep it locked. Let's go, beast. Let's go.
Okay.
Sick.
Nice.
Yeah,
Okay.
boy. Solid V6 slash.
Yeah, like raising. That's V6.
V5 my butt.
When I raise my ankle, it feels so much easier.
Yeah. Yeah,
Like-
that is the thing with all these. It's like if you climb it with
The right beta.
double-digit technique, yeah. Sure.
Like it
it'll
didn't
easy.
feel like strength was a limiting factor at all.
Right.
And usually when I would grade something like harder than V5, it's because I feel like strength is a limiting factor in some ways.
If you go to climbs and you know there are technical skills involved and you're feeling like it's difficult and you continuously feel that way, then you know you're missing massive opportunities in your training and you should explore as many options as you can to improve the skills with all different forms of technical focus training. Oh, this one's my favorite. It's called Go-To because I do it every time. It's always my fourth boulder. Really push into this right foot and glue your hip to the wall during the cross. Nice, dude. Skirt. Yes, dude. Come on, big punch up. Go and get it. Come on. Let's go, Austin. Yeah, buddy. Come on. Dig, dig, dig. Come on. Tight.
Oh, God.
Woo, right? It's the second you let go, that right hand's really pulling you into it. So try to get your knee as close to the wall, like push your knee into the wall and keep it there. So what's happening is, look at the shape of the hold.
Yeah.
When your foot's like this in it, you're actually just sitting on the rim. So if you move your knee over the hold, you can take your ankle
Dig.
and actually grab the lip.
Yeah.
So really try
But
to...
I feel like the shape of my foot can't, but I probably can.
You might actually want to switch into your stiffer shoe.
Okay. Yeah, I'll try it one more time. If I don't do it,
But really put the knee on the wall. Yeah. Keep it there, keep it there, keep it there. Beautiful. Woo! We're gonna go over everything that's happening here. I'm gonna explain a concept that will hopefully change the way that you rock climb forever. Whenever you're stepping on any hold where you're going to be pointing the foot at this hold and you're going to try to get maximal extension off of it, your big toe is the furthest point.
Right.
It's also the biggest and strongest toe, and it's going to be your pencil for drawing and clicking on that little tiny detail, digging it into the sweet spot of the pocket. Inside of my shoe, I need to feel my big toe flexing down. Then all the rest of the chain can work. And the reason I'm using my arm right now is because this arm and this leg work the exact same way. I'm trying to place my foot on a hold and grab with my toes. If I can't grab fully and lock down, which I can't because they're stuck inside of a shoe, right? I'm gonna then go to the next joint, which is the ankle. So just like when I grab onto holds on the wall, but let's say I can't, they're stuck in this position. What's this look like? What hold would I be grabbing like this? Sloper.
Yeah.
If I were to grab an in-cut sloper, I would grab it like this, with my wrist flexing down. Now when I flex my wrist, you'll see that the wrist flexors are gonna be tightening, and that's gonna create that tension. Same thing with my calf. So I'm going to dig with my toes, flex down with my ankle to engage these muscles. Now I can tighten this to pull up and now reach and be stable, not go anywhere. That's my hamstring. So when I am pushing down and then cranking like this to pull in and push down, that's this. But that push down, if it's in front of me, is just like if I'm pushing down or pulling down when something is in front of me. That's my shoulder in the back and my lat. Same thing, right? Shoulder attaching out of the torso, that's my glute.
Yeah.
Now if I want to take that and I want to pull myself in like this and pull on them, I'm now going to tighten the upper back, and this upper back, I also have a lower back.
Right.
So if I'm outstretched like this, I'm gonna grab, dig with the fingers, toes, ankle crank, hamstring crank, glute crank, the mid-back crank. Now I'm tight. Everything is pulling me in and pushing me into the wall because I've grabbed and controlled the hold. If you think with your legs, just like you think with your arms, you have full control of the wall.
Okay.
Okay.
Let's see if it works.
Let's do it. Come on, breathe, beast. Dig, dig, dig. Come on, tight, tight, tight. Woo! Ooh, buddy. All right.
Good. That felt better.
That was exceptional. Let's teach you the lesson. Move you up a couple grades. What I want you to do is from here, you're not allowed to lean forward and get over here and then use your body weight. You need to stay back here and pull. So you're going to flex down the toe.
Okay.
Feel everything flexing as hard as it can and grabbing. Feel this hamstring and pull. When you do this, I want you to have your hand here and I want you to feel the sensation of pushing down but not leaning in front while your body's back here. So it's all your leg exerting force. And then you're going to crank everything, keep it tight and pull. That means this muscle, this hamstring, is going to contract. It's going to become smaller. Yep.
Yes.
Yep.
Whoa.
There it is.
It's harder than it looks.
Oh yeah. That leg, yeah, nice. Now what I want you to do is, when you're back here, instead of pulling it like this with that leg straight, like this, I want you to just bend the leg.
So I keep my leg straight and then just bend it?
Yep, and keep that body lean back. That's it. Bend that knee. Come on, bend that knee. There it is, there it is, there it is. Good. Before you do anything, ankle. As much as you can, flex down, big toe in the shoe.
Like this? Like point my toe like a ballerina?
Totally, yes, exactly.
Okay.
Now, just bend that knee. Keep that body lean back. Yeah, buddy.
Dude, that's hard.
I know it is.
It is like a lot harder than it looks.
Oh yes, I do this every single session on the edge of something and just isometrically crank, 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 get all these muscles warmed up. People warm up their fingers. They warm up their arms. They do lots of this and that. And they get warmer and warmer and feel stronger and stronger and better and better. And then they go on the wall and they fall because their feet cut. Over and over and over. Nobody takes the time to warm these up just like they warm these up. If you warm those up, your sessions will be better. You will climb far stronger. And every session, you'll be strengthening your legs and training those neurons to fire more optimally. I want you to feel that same lock, just like feel the plate, the weight plate. Lock, 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 lock. Come on. Beautiful. Oh, so much better. So what we can do now you'll do this move. I'll power spot you. We'll stick the next move. I will take weight completely off once you've gotten the hold. So you're going to feel what it's like to be in that outstretched position.
Yeah.
For a lot of projects you'll have outside, a move will be just outside your learning zone. You haven't learned that type of move at that complexity and at that difficulty. So instead of me being, let's say, a V8 climber, trying this V8 move on a skill set that I only have V5 skill on, I can take that V8 move and bring it down to V5 plus.
Right.
I can learn that. That's just above. Once I learn that, I could actually learn it. Fire as many muscles, make it tight. Nice. Come on, stay low. Good, let that arm go straight. Arm straight as you can, that right arm. Yep, arm straight, 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 straight. Come down, down, bend the knee. And get low. Open that hip.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Wait, what? Yeah.
Gravity pulls me straight down, okay? If I'm here, and I know this wall's overhung, as it moves up, it moves back. So if I'm here, weight in comparison to the foot, all my body weight being pulled straight down by gravity is only this far away from the foot.
Right.
As I move my body up, all of my weight is being pulled down over here.
So essentially, like, keep my body low, but my hips into the wall.
Yes.
Yeah, it sounds easy when I say it.
Yeah. The double whammy is now when I come up higher, I both lose better angle of pull on this hold as I come up, and I usually will hit this and contract this arm, and what will happen is I go boom, pull myself up and off the foot.
Right.
So you're trying to always, if you're doing a dead point and it's hard tension, your goal is to be straight arm.
Yeah, this makes a lot of sense because I feel like when I watch videos of me climbing, even if I do a climb, I often like my back hangs like low, I feel like, and like I'm always like, oh man, I wish my hips were close to the wall, but it's like it's like hard to like act on it without, so I just like twist my knee kind of, push that hip in, hang that arm low.
Aiden Roberts has his vacuum style. Why is it so effective? Because his angle of pull on holds is straight down, because when he hits something, he pulls himself in.
Right.
And all of his weight is in underneath the hands, over the feet. He's not just pulling in with his chest. He's not like this.
Right.
He's like this. He's flexing everything in his back and his body to stay in. Really focus on just the leg. You know how to grab holds. Beautiful. Woo!
Wait, what?
I don't think you needed me there, buddy.
Dude, that felt so easy.
God damn.
That felt so easy.
I really don't think you needed me at all there.
I don't think so either.
I also gave you like 3 pounds. That was sick. So lock that right leg, keep that left leg straight. Yeah, dude. Come on, Austin, quick hit. Yes, come on. Woo! Dude.
Cool. Nice.
Go, man. That was amazing. Nothing but skill improvement right there. You just improved as a climber.
That was pretty cool.
Yeah, that was beautiful to watch. I do love the heel hook lesson. That's just so easy.
We could do that.
Yeah, it'd be sick. Okay.
I do really like heel hooks already.
Okay, perfect.
But this is like, this will be fun because maybe it's like, there's obviously room for improvement in like all of my climbing.
We will set the heel here.
Okay.
And then we'll go out to yellow.
Sure.
Perfect. It's usually nice to. Now this time I want you to heel hook it.
What was I doing?
You were heeling it. You placed your heel.
What? Maybe I'm not so good at heels.
I've met 2 people in my life, and one is Ben Wheeler, that I was like, can you show me your heel hooks? I want to see you heel hook, like well. And they did it, and I was like, you do know how to heel hook. Almost every other human being, and this is that I've given lessons to, I've said, you're not even heel hooking. Let's teach you how to heel hook.
Usually I've used it in that way, and I feel like when I go this way, my heel just wants to pop because I'm moving my hips this way.
Right.
But I need to move my hips and then like clamp in. But I'm not as used to that movement. So it's like a fun, like, yeah, let's work on it.
Hell yeah. It's another big finger on the back of your foot.
Yeah.
So you're trying to grab with it. But where are you trying to grab with? You actually have a shoe that has a beautiful example of why that its shape mirrors it.
Right.
You have the drones.
Yeah.
You have your Achilles tendon, right? That runs into that heel. We all have this heel bump around the back of the foot. And this heel bump right here, that guy has that ridge, so it sticks up a little bit on our foot. Now this ridge can catch. We also have that little bump here where the ridge kind of rounds, nubs.
Yeah.
That's gonna be what you grab and pull like this on, but this pulls towards me, right? When my foot's open. If I want to pull myself into the wall, I have to do this. I have to point the toe.
This.
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't want to put it flat to the wall like this. I want to point it outwards.
Yeah.
Grab. This is my pointing. This is huge. Okay, this is heel hooking. Ready?
Yeah.
I've now placed my heel. This is heeling. Heel hook. Why do I say heel hook? Because if I place my heel and I pull my foot towards it, it's just going to roll off. I can push down hard with using my hip, but I can't pull it towards me. But if I place my heel, point my toe, now I've hooked. I'm pulling that guy wherever I want it. Like I wanted to pull myself into the wall, I would turn this foot out, try to grab with the edge, hook, I can pull it in.
So when I put my heel on here, do I want my toe, I want to face it like out like this.
Beautiful.
Right?
You want it to set in there because you have that little nub, right? This point of the heel, it does come to a point at the end. And I want that point, I can't have it like this because if you look in there, there's a gap, right? I can put my finger in there. You can see my finger up here. That gap exists because the closest point is here and my foot is flat. So if I angle the heel like this, I jam the little point, that fingertip, into where I'd want my fingertips in the hold, back here. Otherwise, before it was just hitting here. So I need to turn it out to get it in there. And then if I apply a lot of force and jam it, now I can actually turn this while the shoe rubber gets caught and actually grinds and grips. Now if I keep that and I turn this with that little grind and gripping, now I'm locked in there. And if I reach and I continuously pull as hard as I can this way and in with all that force, look, I'm pulling towards me, it's not going anywhere. Whereas if I'm not pulling this way, I'm just pulling back, it goes. Yeah, keep that toe pointed and keep pulling. Hips open, pull the hips in. Remember, your heels are always gonna pull towards your body, right? Anything I pull is gonna come towards midline. So if I'm pulling towards my body and my body is out here, now my angle of pull into this hold has this line.
Right.
That would be like if I'm pulling on this thing while I'm out here.
Do I want to close my hips?
I want to get open as possible.
Okay.
Because now the line to my hips is like this, colliding with the hold as opposed to coming out like this, rolling off the hold when I'm back here. Right now, your biggest issue is that you're not pointing your toe
down enough.
So you're not grabbing it. Same thing with my grip, right? Like if I'm holding this hold passively like this, I can hang on it, but now when I come above it, my angle of pull sucks and I lose it. Same thing with what you're saying, right?
When I'm above my heel, it just pops.
Yes, because you're not gripping it. Yeah, try to place in that nice beefy.
Like a little lower?
Yeah. And get that edge of the heel in there. Yes, keep that position.
Whoa, that felt better.
Yeah.
Pop it like the very last second there.
Now, try to do it with no momentum and make your only goal to push your hip onto the wall. Unless you can feel your right hip bone on the wall, don't go.
Wait, what? How can I possibly get my hip on the wall?
That's your goal. It's gonna be hard.
What? That feels impossible.
It doesn't need to. It's if you can get another millimeter, get it. Okay. So I was keeping that foot there flexed. Once I let go, I could feel it doing this.
It just pulled off.
Yeah. So it could have gone even more, but
Okay.
you actually have to train your ankle to flex down harder.
So I just keep it there.
Yeah, it's gonna feel like you're gonna hit a limit, right? You're gonna you have mobility in the ankle. This ankle could, technically, I could keep freaking flexing this thing further and further. If I trained the tendons and the muscles to be stronger, to flex and point harder, I could get even more. So if I do that and I warm it up properly, and I really focus on flexing as hard as I freaking can until that calf cramps, which it will under force, then I do that over and over and over and over, I gain more strength and mobility to be able to do harder and more grabbing heel hooks. This is a hard heel.
Yeah.
I didn't give you an easy one.
No, I know.
I definitely didn't. I wouldn't walk away from this thinking like, man, I'm not good at heels. If you can just get your heel hooks and tension, if you can bring those up from, let's say they're at a 50 now, to a 70, and nothing else improves in your climbing, you're gonna go outside. If your average was like a V7, you could literally have the average be like V7.5. Just from bringing those skills up, because they are so unbelievably crucial for so many climbs. This has been fantastic, dude. I could do this all day, every day. I seriously could.
I feel like I've learned a lot. more than I would in like 5 weeks of sessions. So
Hell yeah, dude. I'm glad.
definitely, yeah.
You're welcome anytime.
Thank you.
If you guys are interested in learning techniques like this today and receiving these lessons, you can reach out through my email at charlie@paradigmclimbing.com, visit the website, or DM me on Instagram, and I would love to work with you and teach you all of these tricks across all the different techniques. Whatever you personally need help with, I'm psyched to teach it.